everybody. Hi, we are set to go. Ladies and gentlemen, people around the world, children, if you somehow stumbled onto the channel, welcome to the Just One Beer. All right. For absolutely no reason, we decided to hop on here and drink just one beer. Nate, what's going on over there?
Hey, I just wanted to celebrate my home state, which we have not done before. My home state, for all of you that don't know, is Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Oftentimes referred to as
Go ahead, Danny. Sorry.
Oftentimes referred to as Pennsyltucky.
Pennsyltucky. It's one of our monikers as flyover state human beings. We have to deal with it. Everybody in LA and New York can make fun of us, and we are Pennsyltucky. You are right.
I mean, I heard that when I was down in the South. I never really thought that because Pennsylvania was always cool for me. I always enjoyed it there.
Well, from what I understand, is your favorite slice of pizza is from Pennsylvania.
It is. I forget the name of the place. Hey,
Crock Rock.
What was it called?
Crock Rock.
The Crock Rock. I've never seen a place like that. I was on tour, and I was managing a punk rock band, and we decided to play. I think it was Allentown, Pennsylvania. Is that right?
It was Allentown, correct.
Yeah, and I walked in there. There must have been 50 different slices, and I can still see it now. It was the rigatoni slice that had me the most intrigued. It was a piece of pizza with rigatoni on it. Oh, I know, twin. Did they just that one?
Oh, what happened? What happened? What's going on with the Sabres?
Well, I don't know which game he's referring to. Are you talking about the game just the night ago, or did they just play? They might have just played. Yeah, they just played today. They lost 6-2 to St. Louis. It's been a tough season. Was Toharski in that? Probably, if they lost 6-2. I don't know. We're going to hopefully be better. Yeah, I just got home. Boy, oh boy, do I need a friggin' beer today. It's been a tough day. Very mentally exhausting, very emotionally exhausting. So let's get right into it, Nate. Today's Just One Beer. It is not the full weekly beer show. This is a lot of fun where we just hop on and we review one beer. Are you excited or what for this beer?
Well, first of all, I'm excited because it's just one beer. I get to spend time with you on a Thursday night. If you guys haven't checked out Wish You Were Beer, they're on at between 5 and 8. But I'm also super excited because this is a beer from my home state.
This is a fun one. This is, ladies and gentlemen, let me please introduce you to tonight's beer, Yuengling, the Hershey Porter. All right.
Yuengling. Danny, you no longer live in China, so you don't have to pronounce things that way. But Yingling, Hershey's chocolate porter. I've never had this. Danny, have you had it?
I haven't. No, I haven't. I was walking out of the pop shop at Consumers, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, we got to try this one. This was something I've never seen before. It's actually pronounced Yingling.
Yep.
But I think Yuengling is not from China. But when I first heard about Yingling years ago, about 20 years ago in college, Chris Duncan says it's an outstanding beer. I heard of this, but I'm excited to try it. It's doing a co-production with Hershey's once again. Hershey's chocolate. Been around for a couple hundred years, probably.
Well, just to piggyback on that comment, Yingling is America's oldest brewery, and Hershey's is America's oldest chocolate.
I did read that. And that's pretty cool. The oldest brewery, in America.
Yep. We'll go through that. We got a brewery tour we're going to talk about in the next couple of minutes. But yes, I'm so excited. I have not tried this. I grew up on Yingling, so there's a special part of this beer in my soul.
All right. Well, let's get to it. The last dessert stout we did was the Biscotti di Prato, which is still sitting up there.
Is there any left?
There's a little bit left. It is not fully evaporated, but it's been sitting on the bar. It is, well, you can see that's the Biscotti di Prato. You can see the little ring.
Take a sip of it.
Fuck no. No, thank you, my friend. I've already had a tough one today. I don't want it to get any tougher. Let's go ahead and crack this sucker open. You got the red bottle opener, cracking it open. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it smells good. Very alley smell. Not like an old alley, but like...
It's almost like, man, that's kind of... There's a smell there that I'm familiar with. Do you remember when you would have like a cedar chest and there would be moths in it?
Yeah, kind of, but not really. I don't really have any cedar chests laying around. I've been living off of tubs and bags for the last, but long time ago maybe. But hey, smells decent. Let's go ahead and give it a pour. I bet you it's going to be dark and black.
It's gonna be dark. Oh
Yeah, pouring thick, pouring thick.
by the way, the ABV on this is not high. You would expect it to be high as a dark beer. It's not.
What is it?
4.7.
4.7. Okay, so not that strong. There's not a lot of carbonation going on here, but I definitely can smell a lot of maltness going on. One thing I absolutely love is chocolate. So let's go ahead and try this out. But here is the Hershey's Porter Stout from Yingling. Cheers, Nate.
Cheers, Danny.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. All right. Like you're actually getting a bit of like that's Danny, what do you think?
I think I got some weird aftertaste. I don't know if it's bottled funny.
Yeah.
I got some weird
Brown bottle, by the way.
Yeah, I'm getting some kind of metallic rub off my lips and my
gums. There's a bit of that for me too.
But before that, which is strange, is it tastes just like Hershey's chocolate. I mean,
it tastes like Hershey's chocolate cocoa mix.
Yeah, totally, man. It tastes like Cocoa Puffs when you drink the milk after they've been sitting there. But it's pretty good. First sip, very chocolatey. I'll have to go back into it and see if there's that metallic taste. Maybe that's the beer is not too old, so it can't be bad in a few.
No, it's not skunk. This is still a good beer.
No. Dave Z, good evening. All right. We got beer in front. Dave, we're doing the Yingling Hershey Chocolate Porter.
And we're going to be on Dave's show. I would imagine we'll be on in the next week or so. We were in the studio, I think, last week. He had to take a week off to feel better. But I think we'll be on the show probably the week of the 7th or the 18th. So if you guys have an opportunity to check out his podcast, you should be doing it anyway, regardless if we are on or not. But we will be on, and we're really excited about it.
Yeah, was that last week that we were on?
We were on last week, but he was going to take like a week off because he wasn't feeling great.
Yeah, it was the National Beer Day, and we had a full slate. That was a lot of fun. We started it off. Yeah, what did we do? We started off. We had 4 different shows, or 4. We hopped on the Wish You Were Beer. Wish You Were Beer was first. Then second was
Rupee. We talked to Van from Rupee to get ready.
Yeah,
and then we had the Beer in Front podcast.
Yeah, and then we did our show. So wow, what a difference a week makes.
Huh. Oh yeah,
yeah.
He's gonna have it out. Look, Dave tells us he'll have it out on Wednesday. So next Wednesday, we'll make sure that on our following show, Danny puts it into the description so you guys can check it out.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. And if you haven't already subscribed, go check out Beer in Front. But tonight's just one beer is this Yingling Hershey Chocolate Porter. I'm going back in. I got to see if that metallic taste is there.
What do you think? Do you like it?
I do. But there's something weird at the very end. It's almost like when you
like Diet Coke.
Yeah, I'm gonna say when you drink blood, or you when you're downstairs and you're taking like coins off the dryer and the washer, but you put them in your mouth for some reason. It tastes like that. It tastes like you got a handful of coins in your mouth. It's very weird because the chocolate is delicious. The first part of the beer is awesome.
I mean, it is very chocolate forward. As soon as you put that on your palate, it's chocolate.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I don't know if you guys have tried it. I don't think it's a seasonal one, but if you haven't tried any of Yingling beers, they're great. Very old brewery. It's the oldest in America. Nate, why don't you take us there?
All right. So, whoa.
Easy
Started
now,
off
buddy.
with the last one there, but guys, wanted to take you through a little bit of a brew tour for Yingling. The company itself is called Yuengling Son. We'll get into that in a little bit. But you can see their emblem on the left. Danny, I don't know if you remember this, but me being a Pennsylvania boy going down to North Carolina, I remember all of the travels up and down the 95 and people bringing Yingling back to North Carolina in the back of their Geo Tracker or whatever truck they had. And people would request it. Do you remember the same thing?
I do. I totally do. I remember it like it was yesterday. Excuse me. I don't remember. Hey, Murph, what's going on? I don't remember a lot of college, but I do remember people that say they really like Yingling. That's a cool tattoo, man.
You're right about that. Like the inside of it's almost skin color.
Yeah, that's like, I don't know, man. We went from Pacifico to Malord, but I'll tell you what, man. I think if we get a lot of people in the room, Nate should have his pick. I think that's a cool tattoo.
By the way, Danny, if we can get the 30 people, I'll get one of each.
Nice. Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I got no problem with them. I'll take them. This thing right here, that label is good for a tattoo. That's a tattoo label.
Yeah, that's a good tattoo. Well, especially too because it has like cultural significance in terms of Lonzo. Yo, what's going on, brother? All right. Yeah, especially because it has a little bit of cultural, background story to it. Yingling, you grew up with it. It's a noble tattoo there.
All right, guys. So we're gonna get into Yingling here. This is one of where I grew up in. I grew up in Pennsylvania. For those of you who don't know it, so you see right there on the right, there's a picture, a silhouette of Pennsylvania. Pottsville is to the east part of Pennsylvania. Where I grew up, if you were to look at that silhouette from the Red Star, about 75 miles east is where Slatington is. That's where I grew up. I'm pretty sure there was only one dog and one McDonald's. But their flagship is called Yingling Lager. We're not drinking Yingling Lager right now. We're drinking the Hershey's Porter. But this is the beer. This is maybe the most iconic micro craft beer in America, and people don't even know it, right? So the style is a lager. It's an amber beer. It's not a typical lager that you would normally find. It's more of an amber style. The color is a little bit different. It's a little bit more brown. It's a little bit more amber. The bottle's green, which I'm not a really big fan of, but for some reason with Yingling, it works. Yingling's just got this segment cornered. If you look at their Untapped ratings, 426,000 check-ins. That's high. That's a big number. A lot of the breweries that we communicate with or that we promote are on smaller scales. So you'll see like 140 check-ins or 5,000, but 426, Danny, that's a big number. And for them to be at 3.49, it's a good beer. Everybody needs to try Yingling.
Yeah, I've done it on the show. It was one of my earlier episodes before you were here, but I've done it before. It is a good beer. I'd like to revisit it, and maybe we should do that within the next ensuing months. Yeah. Maybe we'll do something like the 4th of July where we bring in some Yingling.
It's a drinkable lager. Like you're getting a bit of the craft element, but also with large distribution. Now, when we talk about distribution for Yingling, they're kind of like in and out, Danny. That's my comparison for them. They do things at a high level, almost from a craft perspective, but they do not expand themselves or get too big for their britches. In and Out stays within the Southwest for a reason. Yingling stays in the Northeast to the East Coast for a reason.
But you know what, man? Yingling is no longer an East Coast beer. They serve it.
It is, but it's not nationwide.
They serve it at Dodger Stadium.
Do they really?
Yeah. Wow. It's popular here, man. It's popular here.
They serve it at Dodger Stadium?
They serve it at Dodger Stadium out of the tap.
That's a huge deal.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry guys. So we'll continue on with the slides here. What we're drinking today is the Yingling Hershey's Chocolate Porter. Yingling, America's #1 craft brewer is proud to collaborate with Hershey's, America's iconic chocolate brand, to present Yingling Hershey's Chocolate Porter. These two iconic PA, by the way, meaning Pennsylvania. I grew up near Hershey. I grew up near Yingling.
And he has the Hershey squirts. JB, what's up, JB?
Is John Boggs here?
John Boggs is here.
Hey, how you doing, Raleigh? By the way, John Boggs is a massive Yingling fan, if I remember correctly.
He is. I mean, I think that he was one of the guys that used to ask you to bring it back, you and Maddie.
He was.
Yeah.
He was. So anyway, sorry, guys. These two iconic Pennsylvania brands have brought together Yingling's nearly 200-year-old dark brewed porter with the original taste of Hershey's chocolate to create a deliciously smooth porter with hints of roasted malts and a rich chocolate finish. Guys, this is what we're drinking right now. This is an awesome beer. It's drinkable. It's approachable. It's not too strong. It's not a pastry stout. It's not a pastry porter. It's not an imperial porter. It's only 4.5%. So I kind of like this beer, Danny.
I do too. I mean, the thing about this one that I would recommend for people is they're so afraid of stouts and black beer and just something that's completely different. But give them this. It's got such a good chocolate taste to it. They're going to be turned on to it. And they're going to go, all right, cool, yeah. And it's not over the top like some of those dessert beers.
Some of those dessert beers, they're so heavy. They're so thick. They're so rich that you drink it and you're like, I don't want to drink it for 6 months. This one, I don't feel that way. I can drink it and go, I can drink it tomorrow.
Yeah, there's also just certain synthetic tastes that are really hard to duplicate. And I feel like that's one of the things. And then another thing is, like, chocolate is pretty easy. And if you stick with one thing going in the beer, that's what it tastes like. What about the alcohol content, Lonzo? This is a pretty weak beer. It's 4.7, so not too strong. But hey, you might be able to go out to beach action and put down 6 or 7 of them. Then you'll feel good. Beach action. Yeah.
Hey, if you guys take a look at this is their actual brewery, Danny. Like, there's something about that's like rewarding to me. You know, it feels like an old school 1950s, 1960s industrial type of building in the middle of Pennsylvania, Pottsville, which is unrecognizable outside of Yingling. I kind of like that. You know, it looks cool.
That ramp, that whatever the hell that road is, that thing has got to be. I don't know if cars are going up that or their trucks get loaded. You know, I don't know if they back into that.
Yeah, I have no idea either, but they're certainly not doing deliveries out of those 2 yellow doors at the bottom.
Yeah. Go with steak and drums. Yeah, that's right, Lonzo. Yeah, man, there it is.
Guys, look at that old delivery truck. I don't know. Is that a Model T with like a? It's Yingling ice cream, by the way, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But that's an old school delivery truck. We got a newer school Yingling delivery truck, which I just thought would be cool to kind of showcase. And I want to talk about some fun facts very quickly. It's America's oldest operating brewery.
Nice.
If this plaque on the side of their building can be believed, it can. The brewery was founded in 1829 by David Gottlieb Yingling, an immigrant from Germany who changed his name from Youngling, which means young man, when he came to the States in 1823. The original name of the brewery in Pottsville, PA was Eagle Brewery, which was good back then because nobody knew what a Yingling was. That's
interesting. Hence
they
the
do.
Eagle.
Go ahead, Danny.
Hence the Eagle. What's up, Carlos C?
Hence the Eagle. What they also do is they make ice cream. And they make an ice cream called a black and tan. Danny, what's a black and tan?
Vanilla and chocolate, my friend.
Is it vanilla chocolate? But more beer-wise, what's a black and tan?
Oh, black and tan for beer is I want to say it's a stout and
like anything light.
Yeah, anything light.
Pilsner, lager, golden ale, whatever. But it's something that has a contrast of color. So you're pouring a stout, and then on top of it, usually, I think, Danny, wouldn't it be like a Harp and Guinness?
Yeah, there's a beer out there. It's in a really funny ceramic jug, and it's called Mississippi Muds.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
If you've ever seen that one, they're like the forefront of black and tans. If you ever seen that, so it's something along that. We haven't really explored that. Maybe that's something that we should do. Is maybe look into like the variations of beers and things like that. But yeah, black and tans are pretty good.
So you can see they have ice cream right here. Yingling traditional lager wasn't brewed for decades. So there was a time from like the mid 60s until 1987 where they just didn't brew their beer at all. But what happened was there was a demand for it, and they had to, in order to take advantage of a surge in popularity of heavier beers, which is interesting considering where we're at in the craft beer community, which a lot of things are heavy beers now, right? It now accounts for 80% of all Yingling production. May it never go away again. Interesting that they had a 30-year moratorium.
Huh.
And when the last one here, Danny, is they actually purchased an old, do you know Stroh's beer?
Yeah, the Lion.
Yep, the Lion. And I want to say that's also, I think it's Pennsylvania, but I'm not 100% sure. But Stroh's beer, they have something down in Tampa, and Yingling bought their
I think
facility.
I want to say Stroh's is
it Detroit?
No, it's Dave Z mentioned it on the show. I'm thinking it's not the Lion. It's Lowenbrow is the Lion, and Stroh's is from Milwaukee.
It's Detroit, Danny. It's Detroit. Yeah, it's Detroit.
Detroit? Okay, I thought it was Milwaukee. Yep. Lisa, yeah, a little Thursday brew for the brother. And yeah, almost forgot about the show, but good to see you here, Bubba. I know that Dave Z.
You know what? I'm sorry, it's not actually.
No, I thought it was Wisconsin because Dave Z's old man used to drink it.
No, it's Michigan. Stroh's also brewed a Detroit lager made with traditional corn grits and a Midwestern hops, but is
huh? Who knew?
Shit, where the fuck is it? Anyway, so they bought a brewery because of how big they got. They needed more distribution. They needed more manufacturing of the beer. And that's what they did. They bought a brewery down in Tampa, Danny. Yingling had to actually get outside of their region to promote more brewing, which is an exceptional thing.
Yeah, it's big. I mean, one of the things about I think one of the reasons that Yingling grew so big was because of its popularity in the East Coast. Then when it came back, it caught fire in the East Coast. Yeah. And then you had right around the time that it was catching fire, so about the mid 90s to the early 2000s, you had the .com boom. So the .com boom, when they were setting up shop, they were going to places like where it's warm, Florida, the Carolinas, Arizona, Nevada, and then you always have Los Angeles as a transient place. So people that were from the East Coast were now moving to these places, and they enjoyed Yingling, and they would talk about it, and they would bring it back, and slowly over 20 years, it is erupted, and it is, you can buy it at the grocery store here in LA, just about anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that it grew from what it was. I mean, because as who we are as adults, we always kind of look back to our roots, and in college being one of those roots. And I just remember talking about it so much. It was like such a big deal being in North Carolina, like not having access to Yingling lager. And for some reason, through the craft fascination, it's the number one brewery in America. It's the number one brewery in America outside of the macros, which is impressive to me.
It's that hometown pride. And usually that first town that you move away from, you're really going ahead, and it's weird because you're always talking about your hometown. I mean, I still always talk about my hometown to the point where people I work with don't like it, but it's more about sports. And Labatt's Blue is one of my favorite beers, and I still run into people like my friend Alan and a few other friends in college that still say, "Hey, when are we going to crack some blues together?"
Really?
And, yeah, it's very funny. So I know how Yingling feels. But this is the Hershey Porter, pretty dang good. Have you ever heard of Stegmeyer from Wilkes-Barre, PA? My beer of choice.
Oh, you know what, Mom? I'm going to look that up right now. Hold on, Danny. How do you spell that?
Stegmair.
M.
Go Bills, says Boggs. Bugs. Nice. Bubba knows about the blue lights. I'm going to say pass on the blue light. Give me the full one.
Hold on. I'm going to show what my mom just talked about. All right.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. I'm going into Stegmeyer. This is not easy going into this thing, by the way, because this looks like they built this website in 1954.
Going into an old one, huh?
Hold on a second. Hold on, guys. We're going to share this screen here. We're going to go to Stegmeyer. The Lion Brewery. They call it. Oh my God. Now I know what she's talking about. I can remember going into Wilkes-Barre, looking at that brewery. I remember it. There it is.
Oh, wow.
So this is Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Makers of Stegmeyer and Lion's Head beer. Dude, this is like from when? About. We're going to go here. Let's talk about us. What do they got going on? Look at that thing. I remember that building. I'm not going to read all this, but 1905, when the Luzerne County Brewing Company built a brew house in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, where my family's from, on land purchased for $1 from the Delaware and Hudson Railroad. $1, Danny. They bought all that land and created a brewery. How amazing is that?
Probably ain't going to happen anytime soon to us.
It absolutely is not. But that right there, thank you, Mom. Appreciate it. I haven't thought about that in a very long time.
That's the old Stegmeyer. Well, cheers, man. Let's go ahead and whack this sucker down. I think you have a bit of a what would you rather, don't you?
I do. Do you want to review this or do what would you rather first?
Let's do what would you rather first.
All right, guys. So I took some influence from the fact that we are dealing with America's oldest brewery, which is Yingling. So I thought I would go and I would look for the best American brands that are still available. So I read this article. It's the top 20 brands, American brands that have stood the test of time. And that is what this is all based on. So we're going to go right here. You can see 2,100 plus year old American brands still making awesome, authentic products. First, we're going to stop in the section, Danny, of apparel.
All right. What do you got?
Can you even guess what these companies might be?
Levi.
Close, but no.
Woolworth.
Woolworth.
Sears.
James Way. I'm hoping it was your next guess. Anyway, so not bad guesses. Pretty good guesses, by the way. Number one is LL Bean.
Oh.
Look at this right here. LL Bean is an American privately held retail company founded in 1912 by Leon Wood Bean. The company is headquartered where it was founded in Freeport, Maine. It specializes in clothing and outdoor recreation equipment. And here you can see, Danny, you know those shoes. Those are the LL Bean shoes. They are made for wet weather. Being out of Maine, of course, they get tons of rain. There are a lot of fishermen, but those boots are iconic.
Yeah, like a little cranberry marsh.
Here we got the president and CEO, Stephen Smith, over here from LL Bean. And the competition for this, what would you rather? LL Bean or Carhartt?
Ah, nice.
Carhartt is an American apparel company founded in 1889, known for heavy-duty working clothes such as jackets, coats, overalls, coveralls, vests, shirts, jeans, dungarees, fire-resistant clothing, and hunting apparel. Now, right there on the right, that's the jacket, dude. Do you have one of those jackets?
Yeah, I got a few of those. But the funny thing about that is, like, that store is all like modern and like looks like it's down on the strip. It might even be in Asia somewhere. And, like, you know, the Carhartts that we get in Buffalo are just at the hunting and fishing store, or the sports store, or, you know, I get mine at Lockport Outdoor Store. But yeah, I haven't worn one in a while out here. I have one here, but I just never wear it. I mean, it's just never that cold. But yeah, for me, that's an easy no-brainer. I'm going Carhartt all the way. I kind of like Carhartt more. The shirt sizes fit me. Yeah, the shirts are nice. Yeah, it's a durable brand. I like Carhartt.
So you're going Carhartt. Okay. I haven't bought either of these brands maybe ever. I don't have any Carhartt clothes. I don't have any LL Bean, but right now I kind of like that jacket. I kind of like that coat. I want to wear that coat. So I'm going to go Carhartt.
All right, sounds good.
All right,
All
here we
right,
go. So we move on from the apparel category to beer. This is a
all
beer
right.
show. We're here to talk about beer. One of these beers is something we're talking about today, which is Yingling. The oldest brewery in America, Danny, DG Yuengling and Son, is the oldest operating brewing company in America, established in 1829. By volume of sales, it is the largest craft brewery, sixth largest overall brewery, and largest wholly American-owned brewery in the United States. Its headquarters are in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. We showed you those pictures. I'm a massive fan of Yingling. I grew up with this beer. I wanted to show something a little bit fun and creative. We've got the Yingling Lager on the left and the Hershey's Porter on the right, and we are competing. Danny, what would you rather, Yingling or Pabst Blue Ribbon?
Pabst Blue Ribbon. All right. Well, it kind of came back onto the scene. I've always, everyone kind of likes Pabst Blue Ribbon. Another tour story. When I was on tour, Pabst was just making its comeback, and I forget what I do remember now. We were in Springfield, Missouri, and we used to come out, and Obama was running for his second term during that fall.
Yep.
And so we were a punk rock and roll puppet band, and everyone would dress up while they played, and we would, mosh around. And I came out, and I thought it would be funny and cool to dress up as Obama. I had an Obama mask and a suit on and whatever, until I saw a full 16-ounce can of Pabst Blue.
Come on, dude. Really?
Somebody threw it right and hit me smacked in the head, dude. If I didn't have that rubber mask on, he would have knocked me out cold, dude.
Hold on. He hit you in the face with a 16-ounce pounder of PBR.
Yeah, I came out. I still remember it. Everyone was jamming. I was going to do a cross between Richard Nixon and Obama, so I was doing like this. And all of a sudden, I just see this can, dude. And it kind of, you can't really see that well. It's like one of those rubber Halloween masks.
Your visions.
And so I lost it, but I sure as shit felt it. It hit me up here in the right top corner of my head. I didn't realize what it was, but I could have guessed it was a can of beer. I ran off stage real quick because I felt like I got hit with something. And sure enough, I pulled the mask off, and there it was, fizzling. somebody didn't like Obama.
So what are you choosing, Travel Man Dan? Are you going Yingling, America's oldest brewery, which is considered right now maybe the best craft beer in America? Or are you going to go with PBR, which is kind of a Pilsner, cheap kind of ale type deal?
I'm going to have to go with Yingling.
Yeah.
No problem there. I don't got a problem with that.
I'm all day Yingling. Give me Yingling. Even though there's a green bottle, neither Danny or I are big green bottle fans, but somehow Yingling figured it out. So we move on to the next slide. It's the last slide. Booze.
All right. What do you got?
2 kinds of booze here. The first one, these are both American brands. Remember, 100 years older or older. Number one is Jim Beam. Danny, have you tried Jim Beam before?
Of course.
Right.
I've tried them. I've tried all of them.
Jim Beam is an American brand of bourbon whiskey produced in Claremont, Kentucky by Beam Suntory, which sounds Japanese to me. It is one of the best-selling brands of bourbon in the world since 1795. 7 generations of the Beam family have been involved in whiskey production for the company that produces the brand. Here we go. Another quick picture of Jim Beam. We got this Kentucky straight bourbon here. Their white label on the left. Their black label. You got some kind of a honey one. You got a double oak. Jim Beam's got a plethora of options for you if you're a whiskey fan. But what would you rather, Travel Man Dan? Jim Beam or, I don't even know if you know what this is, Laird's Applejack.
I don't. Go to the picture. Let me see.
Laird and Company is a distillery located in Scobeyville section of Colts Neck Township, New Jersey. That's a mouthful. Founded by Robert Laird, is the oldest licensed distillery in the United States and received license number 1 from the U.S. Department of Treasury. That's pretty interesting. They do a liquor called Applejack, which is right there on your right. On the left, you got that beautiful American flag. Thank you, Elon Musk. And right there, that shows you the different offers that they have. An Applejack, they got a brandy, an apple brandy. The majority of their liquor, Danny, is apple-based.
Oh. Well,
so what would you rather, Jim Beam or Laird's Applejack?
I mean, I don't like Jim Beam. I don't like any of the flavors. Never have. I've never tried Laird's Applejack. It looks interesting. Bubba says it's the worst hangover. I've had pretty tough one before. I'm gonna go with the Applejack. Give it a shot, right? Bring it on.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going Applejack as well. There's just something about it. Like, look at that bottle on the right.
I mean, that's the one I want. I mean, you got all
pocket, dude.
Yeah, I want the back. It's called the back pocket bottle. I don't want any of those other bottles. Give me the back pocket bottle and let's go to a game.
Sounds good. So, Danny, you got your Applejack. That's our What Would You Rather. Appreciate you playing.
Always, man. I loved it. It was a lot of fun. And now it's time to score down the Hershey Porter. Okay, so when I first tasted it, I got to be honest, the first two sips, I got some weird aftertaste of metallic blood going on. It seemed to have dissipated. It's still a really good beer. It's a great porter. It's light. It's not too carbonated. Overall, I think it's good, and I would drink it again. 4.0.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3.5, but I like it. And I like it for the reasons Danny says he likes it. It is light. You can have more than one of these, Danny, and not be offended by it. You're not going to be overwhelmed on the palate. So for me, 3.5.
Okay. The price wasn't bad. 6 of them for $12. So, you're looking at $2 with tax and deposit. I bought it in New York State. So you're looking at $2.25. It's a porter. I wanted to try it. Yingling's got a good brand. It's a Hershey's co-op. So definitely lived up to the name. I think it's worth the price. I think it's going to be a nice 4.0 for the price.
So what was the actual price per bottle?
6 of them were $11.99.
So $2.25.
Yeah, about that.
All right. So it's a very light porter. So I'm not going to get overzealous and over enthusiastic on the price. I'm going to give it a 2.0 because I think it's fairly priced, but it's not 99 cents. It's 4.7% alcohol. I don't know. For me, 2.0.
Okay. All right, design. I think it's great. I think the design we already talked about. It's definitely tattoo worthy of the Yingling. But what I really like what they did is they took an iconic brand like Hershey's and they halved the label. So when you see a Hershey's bar, it's exactly this font, this color with this backdrop to it. I think that's really cool. Which they then threw in porter in red. So that was I just really think this is overall well thought out. How we can blend the two brands. I think it's a great bottle. I think it's a great design. I'm giving it another 4.0. What the hell?
Yeah, so I'm in agreement, 4.0. I like the fact that they went away from the green bottle on this, Danny, and went with a brown bottle. Yeah. I don't like green bottles. There's a funky flavor I get from it. But this porter, you don't get any of that because it's a brown bottle. I also like the 50-50. Look at the old America's oldest brewery with America's oldest chocolate. They're giving each other props, right? They're signaling that each other company is worth 50% of the admiration here. So I kind of like that. For me, style 4.0.
Nice. All right. Accessibility. And we're talking about this specific beer. I think this beer is going to be harder to find. I don't know if it's a holiday thing, if it's a limited edition. I've only seen it one place. And other than that, I've never seen it anywhere else. And that was in Buffalo, New York at one shop. So I don't think there is much accessible as the regular Yingling. It'd be great if they did the lager in the brown bottle. I got to agree with JB, but I'm going to ding them on the accessibility for that. I'm giving them a 2.5 because I could be wrong, but I just couldn't find it anywhere else.
Yeah, so I have to ding them because I think in America you can do okay trying to find it, but internationally I think it's going to be non-existent. So for me, I'm just going to go 2.0. I'm not going to kill him too much, but can't give him too many points because I think internationally you're not going to get any fanfare. So 2.0.
Okay. All right, TMD X Factor. I love what they did with Hershey's. I think that's great. I love it that it's from Nate's area and hometown or home state. That's pretty cool. Other than that, I'm not really connected to this. I think it's a good beer. I definitely would recommend it. If I'm talking porters with people, this is one of the top 3 that I would recommend. It's that good. The Hershey's is good. So I got to give them a 4.5. What a good one.
Yeah, this is Yingling. For me, it's a 5.0. Any Yingling I'm doing on the show, you're going to probably get a 5.0. This is what I grew up drinking. I remember the kegs at all 4th of July and birthday barbecues. There was one of Sarsaparilla. There was one of Yingling. This is who I am as a human being, 5.0.
Nice. All right. So 5.0, good one. I can't wait to see what your score is. But for mine, the Yingling Hershey's Chocolate Porter got a great score of 19. 19 for Travel Man Dan. There it is.
16.5 for me, which I think is a really good score, deserving score. Definitely average of what we consider to be a really good beer.
Yeah, that's right there along the cusp. I know 25 split in 2 is 12, but that just seems lower just because the some beers that we get have absolutely zero accessibility. So that's harsh. I give them a little points on that. So our bar is 16. Not a bad score. Not a great, great beer. I think we're pretty much it, man. This is going to do it for just one beer. Thank you so much, Nate, for putting those slides together. It was a great show. Great beer. Little jazz hands for Ma Murphrod. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Nate, you got anything to say?
No, appreciate that one. Super excited to have Yingling on the show. Danny, we're going to do Yingling Lager soon.
Yeah, that'd be great, man. I'm looking forward to it. Always a pleasure to drink a Yingling. That's Nate, old chunk of coal over there. And I am Travel Man Dan. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We got a great show lined up with some beers from New York State. And we got a friend coming in from China. We're going to be having an actor on the show. And he's going to be talking big dog. He's a big dude, man. So thanks a lot. Hope to see you there. That's Nate. I'm Travel Man Dan. And remember, it's a big world out there. Make sure you see every bit of it.
Bye, guys. Thank you all.
Bye, JB. Bye-bye.
JB, bye.